very much. Um, the MSO is very privileged to be part of this special program. It's a collaboration that we've been looking forward to. A lot of our directors in the MSO have been bugging us every time we meet that, you've been playing always classical music and always pure classics, and why don't you experiment and collaborate with some of our great bands here in the Philippines. So this is an opportunity that we've been looking forward to. As a brief background, the Manila Symphony Orchestra was founded in 1926. It is in fact one of the first symphony orchestras established in Asia, which actually shows not just the musicality of Filipinos in general, but also of our exposure to global music trends. And of course, in this case, this is Western music. You can never be more Western in music than a classical symphony orchestra. So we have this as part of our legacy, cultural legacy, the AMSO being one of the first in Asia to be established. And with the objective of our program, which is to help with the recovery of people devastated by the typhoon, we find a parallel event in the history of the Manila Symphony. In 1945, right after the Second World War, the orchestra was reorganized. The director of the orchestra at that time, in fact, is a survivor of the Nazi concentration camp. His name is Dr. Herbert Zipper. And Dr. Zipper, after escaping the Nazis, came to the Philippines in 1940. But unfortunately, a few months after that, the Japanese attacked us. And so he had to hide again. But right after the Second World War, he reorganized the orchestra. And the objective is to give, we cannot give medical or food support to the survivors of the war, but we can at least give them music. And we have the same idea with disaster. Music, we believe, whatever form it takes, rock music, classical music, jazz, this has power to alleviate suffering of people and to unite communities. And of course, I'm also excited for our musicians in the orchestra to be collaborating with such established great artists that was mentioned earlier. We people in the classical music have a lot to learn from our brethren who are playing rock music. We are so dependent on reading notes, and a lot of them are actually sometimes when I collaborate with them, sometimes they feel they have to be ashamed that they cannot read notes. But actually, it's a much better asset that you can play without notes. I feel. I mean, although I'm trained as a classical musician and I do read notes. We do read notes, but somehow this sometimes divide and prevent us from collaborating. So I think this one we can try, we can work out together. We have many things to learn from them. They play from the heart, they can improvise. A lot of classical musicians are afraid of improvising. They're afraid of playing from memory. And then sometimes when we perform, we always have to wear tuxedo and very formal. And I think in this concert, the Manila Symphony will perform in jeans. So hindi kami, we will not be performing in our usual garb. Ayan, there's so many things that we can learn from this collaboration and that we'll be excited about. And of course, we know that we have this global movement of that's being practiced in many countries, especially in Latin America, where classical music or the practice of certain classical instruments is used in order to help young people stay out of drugs, stay out of crime. They even have a name called El Sistema, and this was started in Venezuela. It's a very successful program, and it is seen now as the future of classical music. And we want to adopt certain ideas from this system to apply it to developing music programs, choir, even rondalla, of course, what we know, the musical instruments of the orchestra, so that we can share this with the other Filipinos. And so we're looking forward to this concert, and I'm sure this will be a great evening for everyone. Thank you.